Fantasy Football Hub are currently offering any FPL TV viewer a huge 50% pre-season discount on their annual packages. By becoming a member, you'll gain access to one of the biggest FPL communities, with extensive Opta stats, player comparisons, fixture tickers, planning spreadsheets, community WhatsApp groups, and even team reveals every game week from some of the world's best FPL managers. To get signed up and receive a 50% discount this pre-season, then simply click the link in the description box below. Hey guys, and welcome back to FPL TV, and welcome back to the Point Predictor, the series where I predict 5 players that I think could return points in the upcoming FPL Gameweek. Notably, I can only choose one player per club, and I must follow the category shown on screen. Before making my 5 picks today, I just want to make it clear that these are strictly predictions, and I'm by no means a tipster. This series is simply for entertainment purposes only, and you are in charge of your own FPL team and transfers. So let's get stuck into the first point predictor of the season, and if you want to have a go yourself, then feel free to comment your 5 picks in the comment section below. For my defensive pick for the first game week of the new season, I've opted for Reece James. Certainly not a pick that everyone will agree with here, as Chelsea have looked underwhelming in pre-season, and Everton away isn't an ideal fixture on paper, at least it hasn't been in years gone by. Interestingly, that is especially the case for Chelsea, because Goodison Park has not been a happy hunting ground for them at all in recent years. In fact, Chelsea have actually now lost on their last 4 visits there. With that said though, what's made me reconsider a Chelsea defender here is the fact that star frontman Dominic Calvert-Lewin has now notably been ruled out for Game Week 1, and that significantly weakens Everton's already low goal threat. With the loss of Richarlison to Spurs in the transfer window as well, Everton will have to put out a second string strike force this weekend, improving Chelsea's chances of a clean sheet considerably. If they do happen to concede, however, well, Reece James, as we know, can always offer a good chance of attacking returns anyway, as last season he produced an impressive 5 goals and 9 assists. For the budget midfielder, below the value of 8 million, I've opted for Aston Villa's Leon Bailey. Arsenal's Martinelli a strong consideration here, but quite simply for Game Week 1, I much prefer Villa's fixture against Bournemouth instead of Arsenal's tough trip away to Palace on Friday night. At this very attractive price of 5 million, it's yet to be seen whether Bailey will become a solid and reliable long-term FPL option for us this season. But what draws me to him for the Game Week 1 point predictor is firstly his superb form during Villa's pre-season. Villa played 5 games during the summer, and Bailey was the standout performer, bagging 3 goals and an assist. After a poor season with limited chances last year, these performances during the summer will almost certainly cement him into the first 11 for this opening fixture, and a decent opener against New Boys Bournemouth looks a good chance to continue this fine run of form. The second reason for this prediction is notably Bournemouth manager Scott Parker making comments that the Cherries are heading into this season as a weaker side than they were in the Championship, after a fairly underwhelming summer of transfer business done so far. Parker was quoted as saying that Bournemouth are lacking in many areas and it will be difficult for them to compete, so surely Villa will be fancying their chances for an opening day victory here. For the midfielder of any price for Game Week 1, I've opted for FPL royalty Mo Salah. A fairly straightforward decision this one, with the Egyptian king for many years now being one of the most consistent, reliable and explosive options in the FPL game. Liverpool face Fulham in Game Week 1, no doubt a very appealing fixture to begin their campaign. And interestingly, Mo Salah has never once blanked in the opening game week of an FPL season, most recently with a huge haul against Norwich in the opener last year and a hat-trick against Leeds the season before. In recent years, Liverpool always seem to be gifted with opening day fixtures against the promoted teams, and they've all tended to be very high scoring, so surely a great chance for Salah to get off the mark in Game Week 1 once again. The Egyptian has already produced a goal and an assist against Man City last weekend too, so does as well head into this one with a bit of form, putting him in good stead for this favourable opening fixture. For the forward below 8 million, I've opted for Callum Wilson. Again, with this being Game Week 1, and with no in-season form to go off just yet, a fixture against a newly promoted club is always an appealing one on paper, and Newcastle's opener at home to Forest here is no different. After a change of manager and significant investment, the Magpies were superb in the second half of last season, so they'll certainly be looking to build on that this year and get off to a positive start. With big investment does come big expectations though, and they'll certainly be expected to put Forest aside here. Whether they do that is another question, because Forest under Steve Cooper will be no pushovers. But considering that Forest have lost many of their key players from last year, particularly those that were on loan, there's a good chance they will need a few games to settle first. And you could argue therefore that now is the best time to play Forest, whilst they're still trying to bed in a lot of new faces. Although Wilson did spend a lot of time out injured last season, when he did feature he managed a solid 8 goals from 16 starts, essentially 1 in 2. Considering he now comes back into this Newcastle side with a much better, more confident team around him, he should see a lot more chances, and with his natural finishing ability he won't need many to bag a goal here. For the forward of any price for the Game Week 1 point predictor, that goes to Harry Kane. As we remember well, Kane started the previous FPL season extremely poorly, where in the opening 17 game weeks he mustered a pitiful 1 goal and 1 assist. Demoralised. Once Antonio Conte was appointed though, and Kane began to settle, his second half of the season was unbelievable, where from game week 18 onwards he produced 16 goals and 10 assists, an unreal return. Over that time, both him and Son were the 2 highest scorers in FPL, both scoring more than 150 points in basically half a season. Outstanding. Kane looks to be really enjoying his football again now, and that's continued into pre-season too, where he's also already bagged another 5 goals. So, with a nice opening fixture at home to Southampton, this looks to be a great chance to open his account immediately for the season. Whether it be an assist or a goal, with the way he's playing at the moment, I fancy him to get something from this game. So that's my 5 point predictor picks for the opening game week of the season. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode, and if you did, please be sure to leave a like and most importantly get subscribed to FPL TV. Please do hit the notification bell as well, and that way you'll always know when a new FPL TV video goes live. I recently uploaded a video of 5 big mistakes that even the experienced FPL managers make, which has so far been receiving excellent feedback even from those that have played the game for years. Even if you consider yourself a veteran of the FPL game, do give that video a chance, as you may be surprised and learn something new. You can watch that one now by clicking the thumbnail on screen. I'll be back very soon with my final team selection video for Game Week 1, so until then, FPL responsibly.